on a limb. Try not to act too excited.
I can't wait till I see their faces when we tell them.
Champagne for everybody. And keep a pouring.
Champagne? Why, you got anything better?
Champagne? You must have hit a bonanza.
Made a gold strike, eh? Well, you old buzzards, you've been trying long enough.
Couldn't happen to too nice a guy.
Hurry up, Charlie. How'd I go to the safe for this? Ain't had no champagne in the mule's age. Knock the top off, Charlie. There she goes.
I'll take her this way. Kind of weak. Better give me a little whiskey to change it with.
Here's to plenty and Briggs. Good luck.
We've already had ours.
You hit the jackpot, eh? Nuggets as big as your fist.
Whereabouts do you say your mine was, Bob?
Oh, out that way.
You didn't happen to make any extra copies of the map, did you?
Copies? Oh, yeah. We got 2 copies. One in my head and one in his.
You're just in time, stranger. The drinks are free.
I'm looking for a drink.
What's the matter, son? There's a drink won't cure.
I got a sick horse outside and he's bedding down.
Well, why not take him out to our place? Straight through town and a mile more. The only shack in sight, and you can't miss it. The barn's right back of it.
Much obliged.
Glad to help you out. Now that that's taken care of, what are you drinking?
Well, I guess a whiskey would warm me up some.
Good. Set him up, Charlie.
Thanks.
Wait a minute. You can't travel far in one drink. Fill her up.
I better be seeing him a horse.
Well, don't forget what I told you. Our shack is straight through town. Keep going until you come to it.
Thanks.
He's a nice fella.
Well, not very smart, bunking with a stranger.
Tonight, we love everybody in the world.
If you don't want to lose your foal, you better get that mare in out of the rain.
I'm going to. A couple of miners in there offered me their shack. Said it's about a mile past town.
Yeah, I know that shack. It's wetter inside than it is out. Say, there's an empty stall that's dry right over there behind Watson's store. Plenty of straw, and it's a lot closer. Why don't you use that?
Sure nobody will mind?
No, you better get that mare warm, quick.
Thanks for the tip.
I like to see a horse get good care.
Come on, girl.
Here you are, Charlie.
Keep a change. Happy days. Oh, don't you remember sweet Betsy from Pike, who crossed the big mountain with her husband Ike, with 2 yoke of oxen, a large yellow dog, and a tall Shanghai rooster, and 1 spotted hog. Remember sweet Betsy from Pike, who crossed the high mountain with her husband Ike, with 2 yoke of oxen and 1 yellow dog, and a tall Shanghai rooster and 1 spotted hog. Oh, don't you remember sweet Betsy from Pike, who crossed the big mountain?
Pretty smart to be carrying a hand.
You'll do it the way they did. You keep one half, I'll keep the other. Let's get the horses. I'll meet you on the other side of the divide.
Hi, Miss Purdy.
Hello.
Hello, Miss Purdy.
Hello, Frank. How are you?
Fine.
Hey, Joe, how's the missus? Hey. Got the baby buggy for you. See you later.
Hi, Luella.
Hello, Mr. Simpson.
Ready to stock up for your valley run?
Yup. Need some kettles, bridles, and needles if you can spare them.
Well, I took care of your father when he was alive, and I'll take good care of you.
Thanks.
Yeah, your father built up a nice little traveling business for himself. He didn't get rich, but he was his own boss. Yes, it's a nice business. For a man.
But, not for a woman.
Being your godfather, I can talk plain to you. Dagnabbit, Luella. A gal's supposed to settle down cooking and washing and taking care of a husband.
Aiming for something better than just keeping house for some cowhand.
What, for instance?
As soon as I save enough money, I'm going east.
I suppose you're figuring on marrying one of them Eastern millionaires.
Come to think of it, that's a mighty good idea.
Well, I'll get you supplies. But don't you get too man-fussy. Remember, you ain't getting any younger.
Got a vet in this town?
Vet? Why, sure. Oh, that's him standing over there on the porch.
Which one of you is the vet?
That's me. What can I do for you?
I need some stuff from a pony.
Is that what that is?
You got any horse blankets?
They cost money in winter.
That ain't what I asked you.
Oh, I got a few.
I need some sulfate of iron, too, to put in their corn.
It's mighty fancy feed for a mare like that.
She's gonna have a mighty fancy colt.
Anything else?
Yeah. Soap liniment and turpentine so as the colt don't get joint evil.
What do you think you got there, son? A racehorse?
I don't want to punch anybody in the nose because the smell of blood makes her nervous. But this old lady don't like to be laughed at, and she ain't gun shy at all.
Better count 10, Pilgrim. Here's your blanket. What else do you want?
Thank you, ma'am, but I'm afraid only a vet's got what I need.
Got some turpentine and some cooling medicine.
I guess your sign don't lie.
Could use some clean sacks for her hoofs, too. And I got some rum. For the mare, not you. It's good in her feed once a day.
Say, you know more about horses than the vet does.
That's not hard. Get your stuff together. Here you are, mister.
Thanks. Will that cover it?
You, gave me too much. Here's your change.
You don't owe me any change.
Who's running my business, you or me?
I know how much things cost.
Guess between us, we know about everything, don't we?
Thanks just the same, though.
Where are you heading for, cowboy?
The name's Buckley, Nick Buckley. I'm heading for the first outfit where her colt won't freeze.
Why don't you wait here till she folds?
This is no place for a suckling colt. All the mare could get would be hay. This old girl rates sunshine and clover.
Then you better head down the valley for the Sunflower Ranch. I'm riding through there in a few days. If you want to order something, I'll bring it to you.
This is all I need, thanks.
Might snow going over the divide. Better let me sew some buttons on that vest.
It's all right.
Give it to me. If you get pneumonia, who'll look after the mare?
That's right.
Ought to keep the rooms at the hotel a little tidier.
Well, me and the mayor had a special room. Stall number 1, first alley to your left.
Take it you're kind of fond of that old mare.
I'll tell you something I wouldn't trouble to tell those guys. When that smart aleck vet asked me if I thought I was getting a racehorse, he didn't know he was telling the truth.
A racehorse?
Yes, ma'am. The sire of that foal is a 100% thoroughbred racehorse. None other than old Thunder himself.
Thunder?
Think what a combination that foal will be. Her heart, brains, and Thunder's feed. Well, I just wanted you to know what kind of a horse you're helping bring into the world.
Here you are.
Much obliged, ma'am. It'll come in handy tonight. So long.
So long.
Come on, old girl. Just a little way farther down, we'll be out of this snow. You don't want your foal born here, do you?
I guess you do. Okay, you win.
Welcome to a cold morning, fella.
Ooh. You sure picked an awful time to get here. But I'm glad you made it. Being Thunder's son, you rate a good name. I think I'm gonna call you, Storm. Hmm?
Over here, Tex. I was afraid you weren't going to make it.
What's the big idea?
Keep 'em up and come on over here.
You ain't figuring to double-cross me, are you, Jim?
Give me your half the map.
It's in that pocket.
Get it for me. And quick. I'm in trouble, partner. I need a horse.
Sorry, I ain't got one.
I'll take this one.
But you can't take a mare from her foal.
Get over.
But the colt, he can't live without her milk.
I'm letting you live and you talk of milk. Get over quick.
We'll be back, fella. She can't go far carrying a load like that.
Nice shooting, son. But don't try any of it this way. Is that his mare back there? Oh.
That's the same mare you told me where to bed down back in Mile High.
That's Jim Ruppel you just plugged.
I don't care who he is.
He stole my mare and run her to death. He knew she had a foal. I reckon they go by the same laws around here as any place else in the West.
That's right, and from what I saw, you even gave him a chance to turn around and shoot it out. No jury or cowman will ever convict you. If it ever gets to.
I'll take my chances on that.
That's fine, but Ruppel's got a lot of kinfolks down in the valley, and you're a stranger. Might be a tree before a trial. If I was you, I'd travel on, fast and far. I'll take the body down and say I found it.
If I line out of here without a trial, folks will forget the reason I shot him.
Okay, play it your way. But right or wrong, you'll never get a trial. That's why it's your best bet to drift. It don't mean nothing to me one way or another.
I'll take you up on bringing the body down so I can go back and look after my colt. I don't want to lose him, too. So if you want to, you can tell the sheriff Nick Buckley will turn himself in.
Nick Buckley?
Yeah. Thanks.
Where's the mare?
She's dead.
Look, I'll tell you all about it some other time. Right now, if I don't get some canned milk for him, he's through.
It's the only thing I haven't got. I got a stove in the wagon. Let's get him in where it's warm. Sorry about the mare.
Yeah. Come on, Storm. Get a little of this down you.
Come on, fella. It's good for you.
Come on. Come on.
I'm afraid he's too far gone for anything but the real thing. Isn't there a ranch anywhere near here?
There's a ranch within 50 miles.
He won't last that long.
I know just the thing. We could be there in a half hour.
What are you talking about?
Never mind. Hang on. Whoa there. Well, here's his foster mother.
That?
Remember she had a foal the last time I was through here.
The Burrows milk for a racehorse?
It's a fine time to be particular. It's that or nothing.
Okay, I'll get Storm.
Hello there. Hi there, Miss Llewellyn. What can I do for you?
Last time I was through you said your burro was moping because you sold her full.
Yeah, just look at her. Take a squint at her. Why, she ain't put her ears up since.
Think she'd like to adopt a nice little orphan colt?
Colt. If it's all right with Sappho, why, it's all right with me. Leastwise, you can try. Kind of an incubator foal, ain't it?
Kinda.
Hey, Sappho, I got a surprise for you. You got a new son. Yeah, be sociable to him, won't you?
Say burro's milk's good for the sick.
He ain't sick, he's just hungry.
That's a boy, Storm.
Hey! How much you want for this Jenny?
Well, Sappho here ain't much when it comes to looks, but she's right in the blue ribbon class, though, when it comes to savvy. Why, she can smell water for 20 miles.
How much?
And another thing, she can tell the difference between the rattlesnake and the gopher snake. And she can tote a load of dynamite over a trail that even a deer slip on. Besides, I've become mighty attached to her.
How much?
I don't know where I'd ever replace another burro like Sappho.
How much?
What'd you say?
How much?
Oh, well, I reckon I ought to charge you about, let's see, about $3.
I thought you would. These buttons sure get around, huh? This ain't exactly the way I planned it, Storm. But it's better than starving.
You mean you'd rather have that colt than a ranch of your own?
What would I want with a ranch?
Thought that's what every cowhand dreamed of.
Not this cowhand. See those mountains? I'd have never known what was on this side of them if I hadn't crossed to find out.
Some folks would call that kind of fella a saddle tramp.
Well, it's a free country. They can call it anything they want. All I know is, any place I feel like going, anytime I want to go there, there ain't anything or anybody to tell me I can't.
See anything of the Purdy wagon?
What'd you say?
I said, did you see anything of the Purdy wagon?
Oh, yeah, they rolled past here this morning.
She picked up a guy back at the foothills. Was he still with her?
Uh-huh, yeah. See, he bought a burro from me on account he had a foal that needed mothering.
It's too bad you didn't know who he was. You might have picked yourself up a nice reward.
Yeah? What'd he do?
Murdered 3 men, 2 prospectors back in Mile High, and Jim Ruppel up in the Sierras. Come on.
Well, I'll be diddly-dad burned. He didn't act like no killer to me.
This, wagon and everything, you just travel around like this all the time by yourself?
Just been by myself since my father died.
Oh. You cover all this territory all alone?
That's my business.
Don't it get mighty lonesome for you?
That's my business.
I wasn't meaning to get personal. I was just thinking.
I know.
Hmm?
I know what you're thinking. This is no life for a girl. What a girl needs.
Just the opposite. I think this is a wonderful life for a girl.
You do?
Sure. Independent, your own boss. Better than sitting around waiting for a husband to come along.
You don't think a girl ought to settle down and get married?
The trouble with a girl getting married is every time she does, she marries some guy.
You don't approve of that.
It's all right, I guess, as long as I'm not the guy.
Sound like every gal you met wanted to rope you in.
Not just 'cause it's me. It just seems to irritate him somehow to see a guy going along enjoying himself his own way. That's why it's a pleasure to meet a gal that ain't trailing for a husband. Man can relax. It's like being with another man. Look at that. You'd never know he'd almost been buzzard bait this morning. Yes, sir, he's gonna be some horse. Wait till you see him about a year from now.
A year from now, I won't be here. Selling out and moving east at the end of the summer.
Yeah, what for?
Oh, curiosity, maybe. Figure there must be more to life than just mountains and sun and desert, horses and cattle. Must offer a girl more than that if she's willing to look for it. I don't know what it is I'm looking for exactly, but I'll know it when I find it. Does that make sense to you?
Sure it does. We're both after the same thing, only we're looking for it in different ways. I guess me and my family better get ready to hit the trail. Look at him.
Burro never looks at you like a horse does. They've learned it's no use noticing humans.
You talk as if he really was part burro. Don't forget, she just adopted him.
You never did tell me how the mare happened to die.
She was run to death. Fella stole her right after she'd foaled and lit out on her.
Did you find her?
I found them both.
You killed him.
I'm going now to turn myself in. But I wanted to be sure the little fella got a decent start first before I stood trial. The fella I met said I might be walking into trouble.
What fella? Did somebody see you do it?
I don't know who he was. Tried to talk me into running away, but I told him that.
Quick, get in the wagon before they see you.
If they're lawmen, I'll give up. I'll take my chances on what I did being right.
You better let me talk to them. I'll see what they're up to first.
All right.
Hello, Lou.
Hi, Jeff.
You had a passenger with you. We're looking for him.
He's looking for you, too.
Yeah?
Said he wanted to explain how he had to kill a horse thief.
He told it wrong. It's murder and robbery.
Robbery?
When they found my brother's body, the lining of his vest was cut open.
I guess I never told you about murdering two prospectors back in Mile High either, did he?
But I saw him at Mile High.
So did a lot of people.
Well, just because he was
Look,
there,
Lou,
that
I'm not
doesn't
making these things up. A dozen people heard Briggs tell them to bed down in their shack. Next morning, they were found murdered with the linings of their vest cut open. Jim Ruppel dead in the snow, with the lining of his vest cut open. You don't have to be too smart to add that up.
Murdering and robbing prospectors seems to be his long suit.
Wait a minute. He stayed in town that night in an empty feed stall.
How do you know?
He told me.
Yeah. Well, what did you expect him to say?
He had straw in his vest, and I kidded him about it, and then he said he had to...
Oh, come on, let's get going. We're giving him a fine start for the border with all this palaver.
How long ago did he leave?
About an hour ago. Left the foal with me to take care of till he gets back.
Well, he ain't coming back.
Which way did he trail?
Down Big Beaver Creek.
What kind of a horse?
Stray paint we found back yonder.
Well, let's get after him.
Next time, you ought to be a little more careful who you give rides to, Lou.
Still didn't look like a killer to me.
That isn't what you go by.
Reach, sir!
Now, let's get a few things straight. I smoked that guy because he stole my horse and ran her to death. But I didn't kill anybody else, and I don't rifle dead bodies. There was another man in the gulch when I shot Ruppel. He said he'd bring the body down and tell you I was coming and turn myself in. I never went near it.
Nobody brought Ruppel's body anywhere. A trapper found it right where you left it.
Just the same, this man was there. He even told me to beat it, said I wouldn't get a square deal from you.
Who was he?
I don't know his name. I had no reason to think he wasn't on the level.
Sure, he probably killed Plenty and Briggs, too.
Maybe he did. He was outside the saloon that night when I came out. He told me about a closer place. I never went near their shack.
He sure makes a handy witness, don't he? Pops up wherever you want him. Only you don't know his name and nobody ever sees him but you.
What do he look like?
About his size. Big face, light hair.
It sounds like Tex Brandon.
Tex ain't been seen around here for 6 months. Look, pull that trigger if you're going to and stop wasting my time with that hogwash.
Okay, it's hogwash. But get this. I'm not gonna swing for somebody else. I'm gonna find that guy and bring him in. I'll stand trial in for what I did. Until then, stay off my trail.
If you think you're making a deal, it's no dice. I'll be right back.
Not for a while, you won't. One more thing. She had nothing to do with this. She don't know me from Adam.
I got a girl. She'd have done the same for me.
I'm sorry I got you mixed up in this.
I knew I'd sew buttons on this vest once too often. Plenty and Briggs prospected the Puma Desert. I sold them grub on their way out there.
You still believe me, then?
I'll take care of the coat for you till you come for him.
I'll be back. I've been through too much for that little racehorse to lose him now.
You've been holding out on me, Jeff. When'd you get a girl?
When I figured I needed one, to convince that guy that I wasn't going to do anything to you for helping him. The man's killed 3 men. He's not going to worry too much about making it 4. Now, hurry up and get me a file.
Not so sure I got one, Jeff.
All right, Lou. But I'm warning you, you won't get a second break.
I never thought I'd see the day when you'd threaten me.
I never thought I'd ever have to.
Okay, Jeff. I'll get it. Jeff, what makes you so sure he wasn't telling the truth?
I'll ask you a question. Why do women always fall for galoots like that instead of decent, law-abiding men?
Falling for him. I just want to see he gets a square deal, that's all.
That's the law's job, not yours.
Think you'll catch up with him?
I know I will. Now, hurry up with that file.
Yes, Jeff. What do you mean, sneaking up on me like that? I bet you haven't had a square meal in months. I'll pick you some breakfast.
Thanks, but I gotta be moving on. Where's the colt?
He's around somewhere. I haven't seen him this morning.
Don't you tie him up?
Burro won't stray, and he won't leave her.
I'll go find him.
I'll be right with you.
If your old man could see you, he'd die of shame. Oh, well, it ain't your fault. Kind of disappointing, ain't it?
Sure is.
He might not be as bad as he looks. That short back could be from the Arab strain in his sire. His coat might smooth out if I could ever get him down into grass country.
What about Tex Brando?
I even went into a town to see if I could pick up his trail. All I did was stir up a posse. I heard you've been asking questions, too.
I found out he left Big Sand for the desert 6 weeks ago. He ought to be back pretty soon now for more supplies.
I'll be waiting there for him.
But you can't show yourself. Look, I'll go to Big Sand and watch out for him. You can hide just out of town, and when he shows up, I can tell you.
You've stuck your neck out too much for me already. I shouldn't have come near you now, only I just had to get a look at that coat.
Well, if you're so crazy about him, why don't you take him with you?
I couldn't do that, not while I'm trailing Brando.
Sorry.
I've got no right to burden you with him, so if you want to sell him off somewhere, it'll be all right.
If you had half his brains, you'd know I'm just as crazy about that fool colt as you are.
There's no need to get riled up.
I'm not riled up. Just tired of worrying about you, that's all, and wonder whether you'll be alive the next time I see you or strung up to some tree. Then you breeze in here cool as a cucumber and tell me not to get riled up. I wish you'd go away and stay away.
Stay here, don't move.
Stay out of there. Right out along the edge. I'll take a gallon of kerosene.
Jeff, you can't.
He'll get a chance to give up. I ain't gonna risk any lives going in after him. I'm sorry, Lou. You better get back on the right side of the law.
You're great at trailing innocent men, aren't you?
Johnny, get some kerosene out of there. Buckley, take your choice. Come out or get burned out. All right, Buckley, this is it.
I'll see that.
I'll play.
That's the beautiful.
Too rich for my blood.
I'll raise you once more.
Ante up a hundred.
What'll it be, mister?
Whiskey.
Hey, Jake, throw this drunk out of here.
This guy ain't drunk. He's hurt.
Hurt? Take him into the office. Quick. Hey, Doc.
In a minute.
Now, doctor. How bad is he hurt?
The bullet just nicked his arm. Lost a lot of blood. He'll live all right. Randy hurt?
Yeah, he begins to be. How long ago was the shot?
I'd say 6 or 7 hours.
6 or 7 hours, eh? It occurs to me that the wounded man wouldn't go so long without looking for a doctor unless he's in trouble with the law. Now, if the law is after him, he should follow that there's a reward. Logical? No, not a reward for you, doctor. You're a servant of humanity. Would you ask a reward for doing your duty as a doctor? Logical.
He needs a drink.
Here. Is he all right?
He's as good as I can fix him.
All right, then go outside and tell Jerry to give you 3 drinks on me, but only 3. More is bad for you, doctor. And, hey, you've never seen this man before. Understand?
Who are you?
Joe Faringo.
Did you do this?
Let's say it was done at my direction. Yes, by my doctor. Who's now at the bar debating with himself whether or not he should report this case to the sheriff.
I guess I better be moving along.
Those boys, after you?
Might be.
And maybe now you're not in such a big hurry. I think you need help very bad, Mr. Buckley.
You know who I am?
Of course. But I'll still help you.
Why?
Because there's a gold mine, which is so rich that you have killed 3 men to get it. It seems to me your mine should be rich enough for both of us. this the deal?
It's a deal.
Naturally.
What's in there?
That's for Ringo's office. What's the reward for the man you're after?
$500. We'll double it if we have to.
What can I do for you, Sheriff?
How'd he get out?
Who?
Nick Buckley.
Who's Nick Buckley?
He wasn't here.
That's very strange. I didn't see him. Did you see anybody, Jake?
No, nobody.
The fella in there said otherwise.
Fellas in there imagine things, especially if they drink my whiskey, Cart. How's the mayor of Ghostown this morning?
I'm perked.
Where are they? Jake! Did you get it?
I shook him inside out. It ain't on him. He keeps on saying that he don't know nothing about no mine.
Where's the map?
What map?
The map of the mine.
Look, I don't know anything about any mine.
You murdered 3 men to get a mine and now...
I never murdered anybody.
Tell that to the sheriff. Me, I just want the map.
You're a hard man to convince.
The map will convince me.
You get it? Do I walk out of here?
Why not? Where did you hide it?
In my head. It's my life insurance. Anything happens to me, nobody gets the mine.
Something will happen to you, Mr. Buckley, unless you draw the map. Right now.
I'm not very good at drawing.
Jake? That's enough, Jake. That's enough. Nobody likes to pay too much for life insurance. Now, will you draw the map? All right. Naturally. Jake, give the artist a chair.
Starting from Big Sands, you go northeast along the old Indian trails till you come to an old water hole. Cut over east to follow in the direction of Three Needle Peaks. There's no trail, just a narrow, dried-out wash. Circle the base on the south side and follow the plateau to a deep ravine. At the end of the ravine, in the right wall, is the mine.
How far is it?
About 3 or 4 days.
Have a cigar, partner. Jake will keep you company while I'm gone.
I thought if you got the map, I walked out of here.
You do? After I see the mine?
You've got a funny idea of being partners.
On the contrary, I think I have very good ideas. Tie him up. Keep your eye on him.
Dad, keep this guy moving.
Hi, old-timer. Hi.
How about some water?
As soon as that guy goes.
I practically had my hands on that $1,000. I tell you, I bandaged this Buckley up right in Joe Ferringo's office. And it wasn't 3 minutes after I finished with him before the sheriff showed up.
Well, how do you figure he got away?
All I know is, when I left him, he was with Jake and Ferringo in the office. And when the sheriff walked in, Buckley was gone. And my fee could have been $1,000.
Well, maybe you can still get it.
Wrong again, Sam. Only ghosts walk in Ghost Town.
Hi, boys.
All right.
Oh.
Get up there!
Someone's kidding you, Ferringo. There's no place like this within 1,000 miles of here. You know the trouble with me? I trust too many people.
Easy, Sappho. Hi, Dad. Can I sell you anything?
Nope.
Why'd you look over the stock? Maybe you see something you need.
Don't need nothing. Don't want nothing.
Let that alone. Get the rifle.
fool. He's no use to me dead. They're getting away. I know it. Come on down here, quick. Load up a pack horse for maybe a long trip. Move!
You can ease up now. Are you all right?
Sure. I do this sort of thing every day.
You sure took an awful chance.
I don't know what I'm going to do with you.
Seems to me you've done enough already.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I saw Brandall go through town just ahead of you.
Nick, why don't you give up?
Give up and get myself hung?
I mean, give up trying to find Brandall. I could drive you to the border and then you'd be out of this and safe.
I don't see it that way. He's the one that got me into this mess. He's the only one that can get me out.
All you have to do is find one man in 100 miles of burned out sand.
We're on his trail right now.
Had it all figured out. All but just one thing. He might get you first.
You know I've got to keep after him. You've known it from the start.
There's a saddle in the back. Take one of the horses.
I can't use a horse the way I'm going.
But you can't trail Brando on foot.
With a pack train, he'll have to follow the riverbed. If I cut over the ridges, I'll only have to do 1 mile to his 5.
What about water?
The burro can pack that. Miss Sappho, gonna have to quit being a mother and go back to work.
I can't keep you from being shot at. At least I can see to it you don't starve.
Whoa! You've got enough there for an army.
Here. You'll need this, too.
I don't know when you'll ever get paid for all this.
I'll take the chance.
Taking chances still seems to be your long suit.
My pop always said if you draw the cards, bet 'em. I got in this deal a long way back.
Did your pop ever say anything about throwing good money after bad?
Pop was no shorthorn.
How'd he make out?
He generally won.
I'd hate to spoil his record. That does it, I guess.
I'd better tie him up. He's never been separated from her before. Breeze is sure gonna miss her.
Breeze?
I, changed his name. Storm didn't seem to fit somehow.
Breeze. I guess that's about as good a name as any.
He'll be a fine horse someday.
I guess so.
Remember, it's the stock you come from that really counts.
Yeah, that's right.
Let's go, Sappho.
Nick. Be careful, won't you? No use kicking up a fuss. We did all we could about it.
Be getting after him.
Slow down, Jake. Slow down. We're in no hurry. No hurry at all. He leaves the girl, takes a pack burro, goes into the desert. Now, my logical mind tells me he's going to the gold mine. Oh, we don't need a map, Jake. We just follow him. Logical?
Yeah, sure.
Hi, old-timer.
Hi.
We're looking for a girl in a wagon. Have you seen them?
Nope.
You sure?
Yep.
That's kind of peculiar. We happen to know she was headed for here. Johnny, you take the road on north a ways. You boys work over toward the hills, and we'll meet back here.
Oh, come on, Sappho. We got a long way to go yet. What's the matter, miss you, pal? The sooner we get where we're going, the quicker we get back. Thirsty? Okay. You didn't get out of town as lucky as we did. Going all this way with a bullet in you. Sorry, old girl. You're gonna have to get that slug out. I'll go as easy as I can.
Jeff. Riding solo now?
I am, but I figured you ain't been. Took his livestock along with him this time, didn't he?
Did he?
Sure. Leaving you in the country for good. I've warned you, Lou. Helping an outlaw to escape is serious business. I'm taking you in.
Sure. That'll fix everything, won't it? Now, you listen to me, you stubborn fool. Nick could have finished you way back when he had you cuffed to the wagon, but he didn't, because he's no more an outlaw than you are.
And why does he keep on running?
Because the only way he can clear himself is by bringing back Tex Brandoff.
When you get a story, you sure stick to it, don't you?
It's the truth, that's why. He's out there now on foot tracking down the man that you should have been after long ago.
Out there where?
Why should I tell you?
You might as well. I'll get him anyhow.
You'd ride to California and back to collect that reward on Nick, wouldn't you?
I'd ride further than that. To keep you from getting tied up with a killer.
He's no killer.
Then why don't you help him prove it?
I'll make a deal with you.
No deals, Lou.
I'll show you where he trailed if you let me ride along.
I'll saddle up one of the horses for you.
That's the best I can do for you right now, Sappho. If it means anything to you, you've got the heart of a thoroughbred. Why didn't you stay where you were well off? Sure, I know how it is. Well, if you're bound to be a burro like your nurse, now's your chance. You got me into all this trouble. Now you can get me out. I don't like leaving her any more than you do, but we can't do anybody any good hanging around here. Come on. There he is, Breeze. I'll go 50-50. That's the best I can do. I got a long day ahead of me, too.
Brenda! It's Nick Buckley. Remember me? I don't want to kill you if I can help it. I'd sooner take you alive than talking.
You'll talk all right when you get thirsty enough. Your water's gone now. You stay where you are, the sun will get you. If you move, I'll get you.
Water tastes good in heat like this. Like a drink, Brenda? Sun's getting hot, ain't it? Don't bother me none. I got water. I'm in the shade. Ever see a man die of thirst, Brando? Pretty soon your tongue will swell. And your eyes will start to crawl out of your head. Ain't very pretty. You've been there 5 hours, Brando. Why don't you give up while you can still think? Before this sun burns your brains out.
Buckley, I'll make a deal with you. Listen now. There's enough gold here for both of us. You give me a start with what's loaded up, and you can have the rest. Millions, Buckley. All yours. Listen now. If I kill you, I ain't got nothing to lose. You're an outlaw. If you kill me, that's another murder against you. Why don't you listen to reason? You got nothing to lose? Buckley out. I'll trade you even. What you want to know? For what I want. Water. That's all it'll cost you. Just enough water to get me back to town. You want to know who killed Plenty and Briggs, don't you? All right, I'll tell you. What's the matter, Buckley? Don't you trust me? I tell you what. I'll meet you out in the open. Halfway. I'll throw my gun out first. You do the same. Then we can talk. That's fair enough, ain't it?
Randolph. Don't move. Drop it.
I come a long way after you.
Don't try to make a break.
Like you say, if I kill you, I'm no worse off.
Where's the water?
I'll tell you that when you tell me what I want to know. You better start. All right, back up. Out in the open. You're gonna stand there and fry till you're ready to talk. Don't forget, Brandall. I can wait longer than you can. I've got more to wait for. You're my freedom.
All right. All right, I'll tell you. Me and Ruppel went after the map, and Ruppel tried to double-cross me.
Never try to make a fool of a man with a logical mind, Mr. Buckley. Here's a gold mine. Two outlaws fight for it. I come along with my good boy Jake. Too late to stop the fight. Well, nobody else claims the mine. I get it. Logical?
Look, I don't want the mine. Just let me get him into town. He may still be able to talk.
Who will keep you from talking? True, you are my partner, Mr. Buckley. But unfortunately, I have learned that I cannot trust you. So I just dissolve our partnership. All right, Jake. No, Jake, wait.
Well, quite a combination. Buckley and Ferringo.
Sheriff, I'm here tracking down this murderer.
And you won't mind me taking over?
Of course not. You're the law.
When did you start working for the law?
$1,000 reward is a very logical inducement.
Listen, Sheriff, he killed this man. Shot him in the back just when I had him ready to confess.
No, Sheriff, he did. Ask Jake.
Are you going to believe this crooked gambler and his trained ape?
Why would I kill Brandall? I wanted him alive so he could tell you the truth.
You're still great on producing witnesses that can't talk.
Nick! Nick!
Water.
What's this?
The map you claim I took off Ruppel's body?
Who killed Plenty and Briggs?
Me and Ruppel.
Who shot you? Randall, who shot you?
They did. Well, Sheriff, but I don't understand that.
You figured out, Faringo. You've got such a logical mind.
Where you be heading for now?
I haven't had time to make up my mind.
Just any place you want to go? Anytime you want to go there?
Yeah.
Sure miss Sappho and Breeze.
They'll miss you, too.
You know, my pop always used to say that some animals are smarter than humans.
But you've always had your heart set on going east. A fella couldn't ask you to give that up.
Why couldn't you?
Well,
Besides, don't you think we've got too big a family to break up now?